On today's show, we talk Thin Mints, Samoas, and trefoils. It's all coming up right now on the Helping Hands podcast. Hey everybody, it's Dan Ratkowicz, and this is episode 10 of the Helping Hands podcast. Yeah, we're in double digits right now, episode 10. I'm really excited about today's episode. I'm here with Cadet Troop 1050, Girl Scouts. And before we get into all the things that you ladies are doing with fundraisers and helping out with the community, can you introduce yourselves, talk a little bit about who you are, and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Shannon. We've been doing Girl Scouts for many years, and now we're on our silver award. So.
I'm Giselle.
And I'm Belinda.
And I'm Patty. I'm the Girl Scout leader.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you also for bringing all the cookies too. That's really exciting. I'm going to hopefully you have a long answer and I can dive into the cookies for a little bit and enjoy them. So you guys have a troop that you've been in. How long have you been in participating in Girl Scouts for?
Around 7 years.
7 years? So when did you start?
9 years.
9 years?
Mm-hmm.
When does it start?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, I started in first grade.
It starts at Daisy, and then it goes to Brownies, and then it goes Juniors Cadet.
Right. Right.
That's
I remember
right. They did start at
Daisy's,
different times. Yeah.
Brownies, because I have a little sister. She's 7 years younger than me, and I remember her being a Daisy. There's a picture somewhere. It's probably back on MySpace, so it didn't transfer over to Facebook, thank God. But it's a picture of in Daisy's. She put together it was a paper plate, and then it had, I guess it was a daisy. Mm-hmm. And there's a picture of me that I just picked it up randomly and put it on my face. And somebody took a picture of me. And this is back before everybody had a camera. So it was amazing that somebody snapped a picture of me in this daisy thing.
So you looked like you were a flower?
Right. I looked like I was a little flower. It was the prettiest I ever looked.
Aw.
So you ladies have a specific cause that you are fundraising for when you're selling the cookies. What is that? Can you tell everybody about what that is?
So we're doing a cause for alopecia to raise money for, and trying to get insurance companies to realize it as non-cosmetic and a non-cosmetic disease.
Like health insurance companies.
Yes.
So health insurance companies are not recognizing alopecia as a something that's covered.
Yes. So what you would get covered is treatments and wigs, and there's no cure for alopecia. So there's many different treatments to try and cure it though. And for wigs can be very expensive. They can go up to $5,000, and some health insurance companies do cover a portion, maybe $500 for a one-time thing, but it doesn't really help that much, and it has to be a cranial prosthetic.
Yeah, they have to word it as a cranial prosthetic rather than a wig, because if it's not worded that way through the insurance companies, they will deny it.
Okay.
Because they consider alopecia to be a cosmetic disease and not an autoimmune disease.
Okay. And how did you get involved with that particular cause, alopecia?
Yeah, so when we were starting to look for things to do for our silver award, I wanted to do something that was unique. No one really think of doing it. So I was okay, well, I'd like to do something that's a disease. And then so I was just looking up different diseases, and then I saw alopecia, and I was oh yeah, a lot of people don't know what alopecia is. So then I texted the girls, and I was what do you guys think about alopecia? And they both liked it, and I was really passionate about it, so I was really excited to start the award.
Belinda didn't even know that my mom had it. My mom thought that everyone in the Girl Scout troop knew, but Belinda didn't, and she just picked this, and I was yeah, my mom has it.
Wow.
Yeah, she didn't even know.
That's really random. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, Patty, can you talk a little bit about what alopecia is and how it what it affects?
Mm-hmm. Well, alopecia is an autoimmune disease, and there's 3 different types of alopecia. There's areata, which means just spots around your head or your body that can come and go and grow back or may not grow back. which could also develop into totalis, which means complete hair loss on the scalp, or the worst kind, which is what I unfortunately have, is universalis, which means you have no hair on your body from head to toe. So I developed it in 2015. It started with the spots, and then by the middle of May of 2016, I lost all the hair on my head, and by the end of the year, I had complete hair loss, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, not a hair on my body. So it was a very traumatic time, and it's still not easy to deal with on a daily basis. I do my best to look like I don't wear a wig, but I do. So what I'm wearing right now is obviously a wig. And I got it from a non-for-profit organization called Hair We Share. They're a wonderful organization that's based out of Roslyn, and I got associated with them through one of my friends in the neighborhood who connected me with them, and I went to a fundraiser for them that they do every year at the Ohika Castle around November or October of November every year. So this year will be their fourth fundraiser. And I spoke at that event and explained what it was, and I hadn't even had it a year yet. So it was a big deal to do that. I had a lot of friends come and support me that night. And I'm not really that open about having alopecia, but I decided this year, being that we're doing the award, that I would become public about it, because I used to be ashamed about it. I used to be humiliated and embarrassed and felt like people knew and were staring at my hair all the time and that they could tell I'm wearing a wig. But from what I've been told, people can't tell. So I appreciate that, but I still feel like people can tell. But it's a challenge every day. I wear different wigs all the time. This one is human hair, donated to me by Hair We Share. And I've purchased wigs from synthetics to human hair in all different price ranges. And none of it's been covered from my insurance company. So unfortunately, drawing on eyebrows and makeup and eyelashes, which I can't wear anymore because my eyelids get infected. They get irritated by the glue. So now I don't wear eyelashes. Only on special occasions I will do it and suffer through it. Wigs are super expensive, so I'm grateful for Hair We Share because they, gave me this wig. And wigs usually last about a year for a human hair wig.
Okay, really?
Yes, because like everyone's hair, it sheds. So as it sheds, it doesn't grow back like our own hair does. So it starts to become thinner and not as, pretty as it looks when you first get it. So that's why it's so expensive for somebody like me that I have to replace it once a year.
What is the price range roughly?
For a good, real human hair wig, it can be anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So some of them you can get for $1,000. I research them all the time on social media, and I found some nice ones, but, I can't afford them. I just look at them. The wig that I did purchase, I purchased from a company called the Wig Fairy in California, and that was a beautiful wig, but it's, like I said, it's super expensive, and I just had to send it in to be repaired recently because it was over a year old, and the whole top of it had lost a lot of hair, and the bottom, so they did a new topper on it and added some hair to it. And that's about $600 just to replace the hair.
Wow.
I haven't gotten it back yet, but, So my whole life is based around trying to make sure I can afford a wig.
Right.
Every
It's
year.
another thing that you have to think about, worry about on top of everything. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate everything that you ladies are doing for it. This obviously is going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube and all over the world. So at some point, maybe not right now, but maybe in a year from now or 6 months or 2 years or something like that, somebody may have something, have this and not know where to turn. And thank you for coming on and sharing your story, because that will help people. And we don't know, with the magic of the internet, it's amazing that, you never know who's, it's going to fall into. You were talking about Hair We Share, and you guys are doing something with Hair We Share coming up in May. You're doing a hair drive.
March 31st.
March 31st. We're recording this right now in early February of 2019. March.
March 31st.
March 31st. Okay, so what are you ladies doing with that? How's that fundraiser working? Where is it? How can people help?
On March 31st, we're having our hair drive at Lemon Tree, the East Meadow Lemon Tree, and where it's going to be all day long. It's a Sunday, and you could come. Well, we'd like you to email Belinda, and you can make a appointment, and you'll go, and it's a free haircut. They'll blow your hair out, and then they'll cut it, and it would really nice experience.
Awesome. And Lemon Tree's helping out with that. They're donating their time to help you with that.
Yeah, so it's also, since it's in March, I was going to donate my hair in March, but I couldn't handle it anymore, so I donated it in December, and it was like a really amazing experience because you just know that like your hair will grow back, and then there's other people like Patty who don't know if their hair is going to grow back. So I cut off 10 inches of it, and it's honestly, I feel like it's a lot easier, but it just felt amazing to donate it, and I feel like if other people donated it, they would have the same experience with it.
So when somebody wants to don't mind me, I'm gonna.
That's fine. What do you think, though?
When somebody wants to donate their hair, how long does their hair have to be in order to do that? Is there a certain length that you have to wait for it to grow out? Is there?
Yes, you have to donate at least 8 inches of hair.
Okay.
It's because I didn't know this until we met with HairShare, and they showed us how to make the wigs. They have the 8 inches, but then they actually fold it in half. So the 8 inches turns into 4 inches. So they like people donating like as much as they can. So like I donated my hair little under a year ago, and so Belinda, I donated 8 inches. She did 10 inches. So it's only 4 and 5. So like it doesn't do much. Like they would put it, like my mom, she wears long wigs, so you need like a long donation. But like the bottom of the hair, it would work. But like the top, you need like a long hair, so it'd be hard.
So what would you say that was originally would?
This hair is probably 14 inches long. And it's not as long as I normally would like to wear my hair. My hair used to be as long as Shannon's hair. So when they make the wigs, the top scalp part has to be the longest part, because when they fold it in half and it looks like a hook rug when they put it through. It's like a little mesh cap, and they hook rug it, and like similar to a hook rug, and then that's the top piece. And each like a way around as you go down can be shorter hair because it's like a row, like a wefting they call it, and each one is like a row of hair that gets sewn onto it together. And then as it goes down to the bottom, if you look at your own hair from where your head is, your hair is shorter from the top part of your hair that becomes all the same length. So that's how they make wigs. So depending, there could be other types of wigs that are full, that they have no wefting, that it's a full lace cap, which is all crocheted onto the cap. It all depends, and that's what makes a wig more expensive as opposed to a wig that's wefted.
Gotcha.
The way that it's made and the type of hair that it is, because this one is virgin human hair. Then they have Remy human hair, which is a little bit different, and it depends on European is better than Asian hair, as opposed to Indian hair. There's all different types of hair that they can make human hair wigs with. Then there's also something called yak, which I think is an animal.
Yeah.
That they make hair for humans with as well.
Okay.
And then they make synthetic blends with human hair. And then there's the synthetic wigs. So there's so many different wigs. And wigs are so popular now that even women that don't have my illness wear wigs. Like you see a lot of famous women wearing wigs or a lot of hair extensions. So the demand for hair is so great within the industry, and where you get all these hair extensions and such from is not from like people like us, like them that are donating their hair. Those wigs are made from hair from Europe or like Asia or India, where these women will go to places of worship, like in India. They'll shave their entire heads. They grow their hair down to their butts, and then they go as like a religious experience. and they shave their heads. It's like a holy ritual that they do, and then the churches donate the hair to these wig companies, and that's how the hair is affordable.
So I'm gonna go dive into some Thin Mints because Thin Mints are my favorites. What are your favorite cookies?
I don't really have. Not all the girls can cookies. Some of them I'm not too fond of, but I like to say my 3, or maybe even 4 favorite cookies are Thin Mints, Samoas, s'mores, and Do-si-dos.
Okay, Giselle.
I always liked Thin Mints, but now I like the s'mores one, the new one.
The new ones? Where are the new? These are these ones, right?
Yeah.
These are new? Oh, they're
Yes,
taped
those are
down.
new from
Let me
last
tape them
year.
down so I can't get at them. What about you?
Trefoils are actually the best.
Trefoil, they are. They're
so
proven the best.
underrated. They're the best
I
one
like
ever.
trefoils.
Which one are the trefoils?
I'm like the only one who doesn't like Thin Mints. I just don't.
Trefoils are behind you over there.
Trefoils.
Trefoils
I had
are
some of those
so
for lunch.
Oh, these are like sugar
they're like
cookies, right? Shortbread
Like
cookies,
Mona
right?
Dunes.
All right, they're like, I guess
good
they're
with,
the
like,
original.
Your tea,
Right,
your coffee.
right.
You can put them in ice cream.
All right. I like them. What's your favorite, Patty?
I like trefoils, but I also like the Samoas.
Right, that's the one with the coconut,
The
right?
one with the coconut and the drizzled chocolate.
Right.
Those are my favorite.
Right. Cool. So, and you're going to be selling these shortly, right? Or you're at Lemon Tree. You're setting up a
Yes.
table coming soon. So the place that you're going to have the hair drive for Hair We Share is at Lemon Tree in East Meadow by Zachary's and Frantoni's and all that place
Yes.
there.
Yes.
And you're also going to be setting up a table there to sell some cookies shortly, right?
Yes.
February 20th, we're having a cookie sale outside of Lemon Tree. Yeah,
But-
like you said, by
Mm-hmm.
Frantoni's.
The 28th of February.
20th.
20th.
Yes, during winter
20.
break.
Sorry, I got Thin Mints in my
During
ears.
winter break on the 20th, come on down between 12 and 3 to buy your cookies and get a flyer for our hair drive, which is on March 31st at the Lemon Tree, same location, from 9 to 5. We are taking appointments. We do have a flyer, and Belinda is our contact. She's taking all the appointments. Appointments are filling up, so please. And we're also accepting walk-ins. So I did speak to Lisa Laird, who is the owner of the Lemon Tree, and she said that they will take walk-ins for that day. And we're going to be doing raffle baskets and such also for money to be donated to Hair We Share, so that they can help raise money for them to make the wigs. Not only to, it's expensive to make a wig, so for them to make the wigs, which get shipped to China, they make them there. So that's what we, hoping to do is not only donate hair, but also help them raise money, because we're not allowed to give them money as Girl Scouts. We can raise money to buy them something, but we can't give them money for the hair, for the wigs.
Gotcha. Did you want to add something, Shannon?
Yeah, I was going to say something about Hair We Share. They actually do this other thing for boys, because they, at first, before they became a wig company, they were a toupee.
Men's toupee, men's wigs, yes.
Yeah, they were a company for that. And so Hair We Share was doing a presentation at a school, and this boy that had cancer, he was asking, why don't you do stuff for boys? And they were talking to him, and his name's Joe, I'm pretty sure, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm, Joe.
And he said, I wouldn't want a wig, I would want a baseball cap with hair coming out of the sides.
That's
So now
cool.
with like the shorter hair that they do get, or like 6 inches, like a little less.
Well, 8 inches is the minimum.
Yeah, and so they put hair on the side so it looks like he's wearing a baseball cap with hair.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they made him their spokesperson for that, and they're going to make the caps for Joe, is what they're called, caps for Joe.
Awesome. How's the cookie selling going, by the way? Is it do you have a goal? Are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you-
We are each selling 100 cookies. Everyone's selling 100 cookies.
100 boxes of cookies,
Yes,
100
yes.
boxes.
They all have done that already, and then with the cookie drive, it's going to be on top of that.
So, you've got the event coming up on
February 20th.
February 20th. Is the Hair We Share to donate hair?
No, that's the cookie sale
That's the
drive.
cookies. All right.
That's where we'll be promoting it as well, promoting the March 31st hair drive, which will be at the same location, but we'll be in front of them, handing out flyers, selling cookies. We also have hair clips that we made that we were selling as well. So they're like little hairpins. So they'll be available as well.
All right. All right.
there.
And we're going to put the dates and the links, everything in the comments below so you can click on there and look at that for more information. Anything else before we go that anybody wanted to bring up, mention, talk about? We're good? All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to go eat some cookies. I made the biggest mistake of drinking water with cookies. I have to go get some milk or something like that. But it tastes much better with milk than water. But thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being helpful in the community and doing something for other people and the greater good of things. It's really awesome what you guys are doing. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having
Thank
us. Don't forget, March 31st.
March 31st.
Yes.
I am with my guest today, Dave Hudsick of the St. Raphael CYO basketball program. He's the president and director of the program. I'm super excited about today's show, and I'm going to tell you in a second why. But before.